It's 9 o'clock. So this is going to be an hour long, all levels, whatever I decide to teach you. So we're going to start actually laying face down. So you're going to come to your mat. It's like a reverse shavasana. So you're going to come to your belly, untuck your toes, plant your palms under your face, and then relax your forehead on top. So as you rest here, just pull and relax your shoulders away from your ears. You can wiggle your hips gently side to side, or just let your heels fall open. Point your big toes towards one another. And just relax all the muscles in your face, relax your jaw. And I want you to start to elongate your breath. So deeper inhales and exhales through your nose. And as you breathe in, I want you to feel your rib cage expanding, your shoulders opening, your belly expanding into the mat. And as you exhale, just feel everything release in and away from the floor. Take 3 more breaths just like this. After your third breath, slowly lift yourself up to your forearms and then just start to wiggle a little side to side. So I like to tip my shoulders gently side to side. You can look behind you if that feels good. You're just gonna massage your lower back, maybe even your upper back a little bit, your neck as well. And then if you want to add your feet, you can bend your knees and then switch side to side with your feet as well. And then hands come under your shoulders, relax your feet down, push yourself up to tabletop pose, hands and knees. So knees come right under your hips, hands stack under your shoulders, micro bend your elbows just so you're not locking them out, so you're protecting your joints. And then just start to wiggle and circle through your hips. So you can make your circles as small or as big as you want. You can move your shoulders or your head. Just move around organically to feel out your shoulders, your hips, your neck, your back. And then switch directions of your circles if you haven't already. So just going the other way. Feel free to pause anywhere that feels good if you just want to hold, or just continually move if that feels better. Then come back to neutral table pose again, micro bend through your elbows. Inhale, drop your belly down, lift your tail and gaze, cow pose. Exhale, arch your spine up, tuck your tailbone, lift the belly, cat pose. Again, inhale, drop your belly down, lift your tail and gaze. Exhale, arch your spine, tuck your tailbone. 3 more. Inhale, drop your belly down for cow pose. Exhale, arch your spine up for cat pose. Inhale for your cow. Feel free to pause in either pose. Exhale to cats. And 1 more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. The neutral spine, inhale, reach your left arm up to the ceiling, open twist. Exhale, plant your palm down, back to table pose, switch sides. Inhale, right arm lifts high. Exhale, lower, plant it down. Inhale, left arm again, reach up, maybe look up. Exhale, plant your palm down. Inhale, right arm lifts again. Exhale, release. Inhale, left arm lifts again. Exhale, release. Inhale, right arm. Exhale, lower. You're going to do 2 more each arm at your own pace. Just feeling your shoulders opening, your neck gently opening. A little bit of heat starting to come into your shoulders as well, maybe even your arms. And then when you're done, everybody meeting back in table pose. Extend your right leg straight back, flex your toes down towards the mat, and then either stay here or reach your left arm forward for spinal balance. So you can either stay here, you can inhale, reach forward and back with your left hand and right heel. Exhale, elbow towards knee or knee towards nose if you didn't extend your left arm. Inhale, open again. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, open, spinal balance. Exhale, elbow to knee, crunch. One more inhale to open, extend long. Exhale, plant yourself back down for table. Then switching sides. Left leg extends, flex your left toes down. Micro bend through your elbows, stay here, or right arm reaches forward. So opposite arm and leg. Stay here, inhale, extend forward and back. Exhale, elbow towards knee, round up like cat pose. Again, inhale, open, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more time, inhale, open. Exhale, elbow to knee. Last time to inhale, your limbs extend. Exhale, back to table pose. So just kind of wiggle your hips side to side. I like to pick up my feet and swish them side to side in table because that feels good on my back. And it makes me feel like a kid, which I am at heart. So feel free to do that as well. And then in your table pose, you're going to take the back of your right hand down to the mat. So micro bend through your elbows, ground through your left hand, and the back of your right wrist is going to come all the way down. And you're going to very slowly shift forward and back to release your forearm, your wrist. So be really gentle. And then you can make little circles if that feels okay. Switch directions of your circles. And then gently lift your right hand. You're going to shake it out before you plant it back down to switch sides. So now the back of your left hand comes down all the way to the wrist. Micro bend through both elbows. Same thing, gently shift forward and back. So only go as far as feels good for your wrist. There's barely any weight in your left arm. And same thing, make gentle little circles. Go the other way. And then gently lift your left hand, shake it out first before you plant the palm down. Then you're going to tuck your toes and sit back on your heels. So walk your hands back. If this is comfortable, then you can stay here. If this is uncomfortable, come up to high kneeling. So whichever position is better for you, you're just stretching the bottoms of your feet regardless. Relax your shoulders down. Inhale, reach both arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, arch up and over to the right so your left hand reaches over to open your left rib cage. Inhale, come back to center, reach both arms up. Exhale, arch up and over to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the right again. Inhale, center. Exhale, left again. One more time each side. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, arch to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, arch to the left. Then inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, plant your palms down. Untuck your toes this time. Press your hips back to heels, forehead to the mat. Child's pose. In your child's pose, feel free to wiggle your hips or your shoulders side to side, massage your forehead along the mat, or just sink and notice how you feel. Take 3 of those deep breaths that you started class with in your child's pose. Then keep your palms planted where they are. Inhale, lift yourself up, stack your knees under your hips, but relax your hips down towards the mat. Pull your heart through and lift your chest up, maybe looking up for like cobra pose. Then exhale, press your hips back to your heels into your child's again. So just back and forth between those two. Inhale, shift forward, hips low, heart through. Exhale, push back to your child's. Do that 3 more times. Inhale, forward into cobra. Open your collarbone. Exhale, push back to your child's for your low back release. 2 more. Inhale, forward, open up. Exhale, fold, hinge back. And last one. Inhale, forward. Nice back bends. Exhale, push back. Then inhale, come up, tuck your toes, hover your knees 2 inches over the mats, and exhale, press your hips up and back for downward facing dog. So micro bend through your elbows, through your knees, move around in any way that feels good. Give you a few moments here to just kind of feel out probably what is your first down dog of the day, just like me. So move your head or your shoulders, walk it out, lift one leg up, anything that feels good to you. On your next inhale, lift your right leg high, 3-leg dog. Exhale, bring your knee towards your nose, shift your shoulders over your wrists, 3-limb plank. Inhale, right leg up and back, 3-leg dog. Exhale, knee to nose, come forward. One more time, inhale, 3-leg dog. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward, float your right foot between your hands, lower your left knee to the mat so you can keep your left toes tucked or untucked, whichever you like, and make sure your right knee is either directly above or a little bit behind your right ankle. And then from here, just kind of shift forward and back, bending and straightening through your right leg. Use your fingers if that helps. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, take your hands to your hips and go forward and back. So you're just massaging your hip flexors, your glutes, the outsides and backs of your legs. And then bend generously into your right knee, sink into your hips. Inhale, reach both arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, cactus your arms, gently lean back for a back bend. Inhale, reach both arms up again. Exhale, left arm forward, right arm back to open twist. Maybe look back behind you. Inhale, reach both arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, fingers release down, straighten through your right leg, pick up your right toes, and then just keep at least a micro bend into your right knee and fold over your leg. So pull back with your right hip, relax your shoulders and your head down. You can get as close to the floor as you want, or you can stay up a little bit more if that's more comfortable. You can make fists and plant fists down onto the mat with your thumbs facing forward, whichever feels better for you. But you should be feeling a stretch in the back of your right thigh, maybe even the outside. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Then lift up to your fingertips. Inhale, rise your heart. Exhale, bend into your right knee. Plant both palms down. Left toes tuck. Lift your left knee. Inhale, step back to plank. And exhale, either do a vinyasa flow. You can just directly push back to down dog or go to child's pose. So, I'm personally skipping chaturangas simply because I developed tennis elbow from doing them. So you can do them if you want, but I'm not gonna do them. And then we'll do the same thing other side. Inhale, left leg lifts high. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward. Inhale, 3-leg dog. Exhale, knee to nose, come forward. One more time. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Float your left foot between your hands. Right knee comes down to the mat. So scoot your left foot forward if you need to. Just stack your knee on top of or behind your ankle. Tuck your right toes or untuck them, whatever is more comfortable. And then start to shift forward and back. Same options. Fingers can stay down, palms can stay down, or you can take hands to hips and make it a little balance challenge for yourself. And then even more of a challenge, you can look straight ahead or even up to the ceiling. Even hardest is closing your eyes. Just kind of feel that out. And then this is my tighter side. So if this is also your tighter side, you can do this for a couple breaths longer. Or if you're like, no, I'm ready to move on. Bend your left knee, sink through your hips. Inhale, reach both arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, cactus your arms, gently lean back with your shoulders. Inhale, reach both arms back up again. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back, open twist, look behind you. Inhale, unwind back to center, reach both arms straight up. Exhale, fingers release down, straighten your left leg, pick up your left toes, and then find your half splits on this side. So same options, fingers, palms, fists can come down. Pull back a little with your left hip, at least micro bend into your left knee. And then you'll relax your ribs towards your left thigh, shoulders and head relax down towards the floor as much as feels comfortable for you. And then just relax all of the muscles in your face, relax your jaw. Take 2 more deep breaths here. On your next inhale, lift your heart, come to fingertips. Exhale, bend your left knee, walk your hands forward, plant palms, right toes tuck, lift your right knee. Inhale, step back to plank. And then exhale, do whatever you want. Make your way to downward facing dog. Once in your down dog, take a deep inhale. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or float to the top of your mat, forward fold. So bend into your knees, ribs to thighs, your head relaxes down, and then you can make any movements that feel good here. So I like to actually walk out my forward folds, just like you would your down dog, or you can grab your elbows or your biceps for ragdoll pose, or even clasp your hands behind you. Basically, whatever you guys want to do that. Hands to your shins, inhale, lift your heart, lengthen your spine, pull your shoulders back away from your ears for a half forward folds. Exhale, fold back over your legs. We're going to do that 2 more times. So inhale, come up halfway, make your spine as long as possible, reach back through your tailbone. Exhale, folds. One more time, inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, folds. Inhale, rise to stand with a long spine. Reach all the way up to the ceiling. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. So we're going to do a half sun salute because I like those. Inhale, reach your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, fold all the way over your legs. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, folds. Inhale, rise to stand, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Then we're going to do 2 more. Inhale, reach wide and high. Exhale, fold. Keep a micro bend to your knees at all times. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, folds. Inhale, rise with a long spine as you reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. 1 more. Inhale, reach forward and up. So thumbs lead. Exhale, hinge, fold over your legs. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, reach both arms forward and up as you rise to stand. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling, use whichever arm variation you like best. And exhale, bend your knees, set your hips back for chair pose. So look down, make sure you can see all 10 toes, maybe wiggle your toes at yourself and be like, man, I need a pedicure because of quarantine, right? Relax your shoulders from your ears, take your arms wherever it feels comfortable, and then just do little lifts and releases so you really feel those glutes. Press down into the outside edges of your feet like you're pulling the mat away to get into the outsides of your legs as much as you are your glutes. Do whatever feels good with your arms. I like to imagine I'm skiing, even though I've literally never skied before in my life. So you can inhale, lift up. Exhale, reach back. Do 1 more. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, reach. You feel the burn yet? Inhale, straighten your legs, reach all the way up. Exhale, fold all the way over your legs. Sweet release. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, squat low, plant your palms down. You can step or jump back to plank. Take a breath in and plank. Exhale, flow, down dog, child's pose, table pose, anything that feels good to you. We'll all just meet in downward facing dog eventually anyway. From your down dog, inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. So you're trying to get to the outside of your arm. Inhale, right leg up and back again. Exhale, knee to right elbow again. Inhale, 3-leg dog. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, then float your right foot outside your right hand, lower your left knee down to the mat. So you're in this wider Anjaneyasana or crescent. And then just start to kind of circle through your hips. So any movements that feel good to you, do that. I also like to bend and straighten through my legs, so do anything that feels good to you. Plant your left palm down, bend into your right knee, pick up your left foot, and then reach back for your left foot with your right hand. So if you can touch it, then hang on to it. You can pull it a little bit more towards you, or you could just open your heart up towards the ceiling and plant your right hand onto your hip. So keep that micro bend into your left elbow and just turning yourself up towards the sky. Reach your left foot as much up to the ceiling or towards your glute as feels good. So you should feel at least a little bit of a quad stretch and a heart opener. Take 2 more breaths here. Relax your shoulders from your ears. You can look wherever it feels comfortable. So even though your heart's opening towards the ceiling, you can look down towards the floor if that feels better for your neck. Then if you have your back foot, let go of it. Plant your right palm down. Release your left toes. So scoot your right foot in a little if you need to. Lift your left knee, step forward, and then squat down into Malasana. So if you need to, keep your hands down. If your heels lift up, don't worry about it. If you need to come up a little higher, that's also totally cool. So you're just gonna kind of feel this out. Keep your shoulders relaxed away from your ears, and then just do some organic movements that feel good to you.
So if you want a little wrist relaxation, take your wrists together, fingers open, and then just roll them. And then switch directions. Your hips feel it yet? And then shake out your hands a couple times. Push into your feet. Inhale, rise to stand. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands to heart. Squat as low as you can go. So whatever feels comfortable for your knees and your feet. Inhale, rise back up, reach. Exhale, hands to heart, sink low. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, reach arms up, open your heart. Exhale, hands to heart, hinge down. Then take your hands to the floor. Step your left foot, then your right foot back to plank. Take a breath in. Exhale, flow, down dog, child's pose, table pose. Sometimes I like to take a break and do some cat-cows in between, or just kind of move around. So anything that feels good to you, please do that, and we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Then same thing, other side, from down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts high. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, shift forward. Push the floor away. Inhale, left leg lifts up and back. Exhale, knee to left elbow, shift forward. One more time, inhale, three-leg dog. Exhale, knee to left elbow, float your left foot outside your left hand. Right knee comes down to the mat. Make those little circles with your hips. So like I said, this is my tighter side. So if it's your tighter side, you need to do something different. Then you're going to make different movements than you did on the first side. Or do the same movements if it's the same amount of tightness. Or you don't have to move as much if it's not as tight. Then bend generously into your left knee. Keep your right palm or fist down. Micro bend into your right elbow. Reach your left arm up and back behind you, or take it to your hip. Pick up your right foot and then reach your toes up. Maybe if you can catch the foot, you can pull it closer towards you, or just stay where you are. So relax your shoulders down. Lots of space for your neck. Open your heart up to the ceiling. And then look wherever it feels comfortable for your neck. Relax. And take 2 more deep breaths here. Let go of your back foot if you have it. Release your foot down, tuck your toes. Plant your left palm under your shoulder. This time you're going to lift your right knee and immediately inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, do a flow, go to down dog, child's pose, table pose. Do your movements that you like. Then from downward facing dog, inhale, lift your right leg high, 3-leg dog. Exhale, knee towards nose, plant your right foot between your hands. This time you're going to go into high lunge, so stay high on your left toes, lift your heel. Inhale, reach your arms up to the ceiling. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. From here, inhale, lengthen up through your heart and your head. Exhale, hinge forward 45 degrees. So then all your weight comes into your right leg, float your left toes. And inhale, pull your left knee forward and up, reach up to the ceiling. Exhale, kick your left heel back, float your left toes to the back of the mat, and inhale, come back into crescent. So that 45 degrees is really going to help you. We're going to do that 2 more times. Exhale, hinge, 45 degrees forward, float your left toes, and inhale, left knee comes up, one-legged mountain or stork pose. Exhale, hinge back, reach with your left toes, float them as softly down as you can. Inhale, lift your arms up. One more, guys. Exhale, hinge forward, shift your weight. Inhale, left knee forward and up. Exhale, kick yourself back as you hinge forward. Float your left toes down. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, plant your palms down either side of your right foot. Lower your left heel to the mat so your foot's like 90 degrees. Shoot your right foot out to the side, flex through your heel. Inhale, reach your left arm up, fall in triangle. Exhale, left palm down, step back to plank. Inhale, drop your hips low, pull your heart through for up dog. Exhale, hips up and back for down dog. If you want to break, come to child's pose, or even come to table pose. I'm going to grab a drink. It's hard to do all this and talk the whole time. Then we're going to do the same thing for the other side. So, from downward facing dog, inhale, left leg lifts high. Exhale, knee to nose, float your left foot between your hands. Back knee stays lifted, lift your right heel. Inhale, reach both arms up to the ceiling. So relax your shoulders, find your footing, lift through your heart, feel your ribs floating over your hips. Take another inhale, lengthen taller. Exhale, hinge forward 45 degrees. Shift your weight to float your right toes. Then inhale, knee comes forward, reach arms up. Exhale, hinge forward, kick back with your right heel. Float your toes down, inhale, lift up, high crescent. 2 more times like that. Exhale, hinge forward, float your right toes. Inhale, knee comes forward and up, reach. Exhale, hinge, lengthen back. Inhale, rise. Last one. Exhale, hinge to shift your weight. Inhale, pull your knee through, reach up. Exhale, hinge forward, kick back. Inhale, lengthen tall. Exhale, palms plant down. So pivot your right heel to lower it. Shoot your left foot out to the right, flex through your heel. Inhale, right arm reaches up. You can follow your hand with your gaze. Exhale, plant your right palm down, step back to plank. Inhale, hips low, heart comes through. Open your collarbone as much as you can. Then lower your knees, exhale to child's pose. Take 3 deep breaths in your child's pose. Notice your heart rate, notice your breath rate. See if you can lower your heart rate a little bit by breathing a little bit more deeply. Then when you're ready to move on, inhale, come back up to table pose. Tuck your toes, lift your knees. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high, 3-leg dog. Exhale, knee to nose, plant your right foot forward. This time you're going to lower your left heel down so your left foot's at a 45-degree angle for warrior 1. Push down into your feet. Inhale, rise up. So you should feel a little bit more stable than high crescent just because your left foot is all the way down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, either interlace your fingers behind you or you can grab your forearms. Inhale, knuckles low, heart lifts high. Keep your right knee bent over your ankle. And exhale, right shoulder on top of or inside your right knee. Head down, knuckles up, humble warrior. Look towards either your right big toe or your left big toe and take 3 deep breaths here. At the end of your third exhale, release your hands, bring your fingers down and forward. Look forward, shift your weight forward, and then inhale, lift your left leg high. Diane, this is for you. Exhale, fold over your right thigh, lift your left heel up for standing splits. Take 2 deep breaths here. Micro bend through your right knee as you lift your right hip up to the ceiling. Then plant your left foot down next to your right, forward fold. Any movements that feel good here, go ahead and do it. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, folds. Inhale, rise to stand, reach all the way to the ceiling. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we're going to do dancer pose now. So shift your weight into your left leg. Pick up your right foot, reach for your right ankle, and squeeze your knees together. So just like we did before, if you can't touch your foot, you're just going to reach for it like we did on the floor. You can either stay here for a nice quad stretch, or inhale your left arm up, stay here, or exhale, hinge forward, and kick your left foot back into your right foot into your right hand. So look down towards the floor, lengthen the back of your neck. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Square your right hip to face the wall in front of you. Then inhale, bring both knees back together. Let go of your foot. Come back into one-legged stork or one-legged mountain. Exhale, hinge forward, lengthen back, float your right toes down. Inhale, reach tall for crescent. Exhale, palms plant. Pivot your right heel down. Left foot shoots out. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank. Inhale, hips low, heart pulls through, open your collarbone. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Take 2 more deep breaths here. And we gotta do all that on the other side. So inhale, left leg lifts high. Exhale, knee to nose, plant your left foot forward. Pivot your right foot and heel down, 45 degrees. Left knee over your ankle, root through your legs. Inhale, reach up. So relax your shoulders down. Feel strong in your legs. So if you have a big sway back, just pull your low ribs in so your spine is a little more neutral, but still float your ribs over your hips. Take 1 more inhale, lift up through your head. Exhale, interlace your fingers or grab the other forearm on top. So this bind should feel a little wonky, but that's okay. Inhale, lift your heart knuckles low. Exhale, hinge forward on top of or inside your left knee, humble warrior. So either look at your left toe or your right big toe. Take 3 deep breaths here. At the end of your third exhale, let go of your fingers or your arms, take them forward, look forward, shift your weight into your left leg. Inhale, float your right toes off the mat. And exhale, fold over your left leg, lifts your right heel up. So if you feel yourself popping the hip open, just point the front of your right thigh to the floor and just lift through your heel. Take 2 more deep breaths here in your standing splits. Then plant your right foot down next to your left, forward fold. Take any wiggles that feel good to you. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, folds. Inhale, rise to stand, reach to the ceiling. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Dancer pose, other side. Weight in your right leg. Pick up your left foot. Either reach back for the ankle or grab it. Pull both knees together. Stay here. Inhale, right arm lifts high. Stay here or exhale, hinge forward, kick back. So maybe one side is easier to balance on than the other. That's totally normal. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Inhale, knees together, right arm lifts high. Let go of your left foot. Reach your left thigh up and forward. Exhale, hinge forward, kick back to float your left toes to the back of the mat. Inhale, reach up, high crescents. Exhale, palms plant down. Pivot your left heel to the mat. Shoot your right foot out as you flex your foot. Inhale, left arm lifts, fallen triangle. Exhale, left palm down, step back to plank. Inhale, hips low, heart pulls through, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. If you want, come to child's pose or go to table pose, anything that feels good. And then we'll start to chill out. So from down dog, inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, right shin comes forward. Lower your left knee down for pigeon. So if you feel like you're falling onto your right hip, square your hips forward, rotate yourself so more weight is on your left side. If you feel any pain in your right knee, just scooch it closer to the right edge of your mat. So from here, take your fingertips down and just kind of look over each shoulder. So this should feel good on your low back, your sacrum, the backs of your hips. So if you're ready to chill, just fold forward. You can relax down. If you want a little bit of core work, I'm guessing Paige will want to do this. You're going to pull your quads together this way, so you lift your hips a little bit up. Inhale, reach your arms up to the ceiling. Pull your low ribs in. Exhale, hinge forward, almost touch the floor, but not quite. Inhale, lift your arms up again. Exhale, fold, almost come all the way down, but don't, so you're really working your legs. Inhale, reach one more time up to the ceiling. Then exhale, let go of your quads, hands come down, and fold all the way forward for full pigeon. And if you feel like wiggling around, feel free to feel stuff out. You can move your shoulders, your head, your hips. As long as you feel no pain in your knee, then you're good. Take 3 more deep breaths here. If you want to stay here longer, feel free. We're just going to switch sides, so take as much time as you need. When you're ready to come out, inhale, lift up. Plant your palms under your shoulders. Left toes tuck, lift your left knee. Then you're going to push the floor away, lift your hips, and then float your right knee into your chest. Take 2 deep breaths here. You can skip this if you want. So you're just working that core, working those hip flexors. On your third inhale, extend your right leg up and back, open the hip, and then stack the hip as well on top of your left. Make some movements here if that feels good. If that's a little too intense, just come to table pose. You can do the exact same thing. And when you're ready for the other side, just let go, release back into down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts high. Exhale, left shin comes through and forward, right knee comes down to the mat. So you can scooch your right knee back as much as you need to.
adjust so you're not falling onto your left hip. So roll your right hip forward and down. Take your left knee out to the side as much as feels comfortable for your knee. And then same thing here. So if you're like, I'm a chill, just lower all the way down. If you want that ab challenge, squeeze your quads together. Lift your hips so they're floating over the mat. Inhale, lift your arms, tuck your low ribs in. Barely touch your pinkies to the floor. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, float forward and down. 1 last time. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, hinge forward, hands come down. Let go of your quads, sink your hips to the floor, and then take your variation of pigeon on this side. And just be aware compassionately if this is your tighter side, your looser side, or if your hips are even, or if you don't know, that's okay. Take 3 more deep breaths here. And again, if you just want to stay here longer, or if you need to, if you want to, just stay as long as you want. When you're ready to come out, lift your head, plant your palms under your shoulders, right toes tuck, right knee lifts. Again, this is optional. Push the floor away, lift your hips, pull your knee into your chest, lift your left foot. Take 2 breaths here if you're doing this. And then on your 3rd inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Open the hip and the knee. Make any movements that feel good. If you want to flip your dog, sorry I didn't suggest it on the first side, you can. Or just do this in table pose. And when you're done, come back to 4-legged dog. And then just a fun way to sit down. Look forward. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, and you're going to jump your feet to your hands and sit down. So take the soles of your feet together, knees open wide. Take your feet as far away as you want to get to the outsides of your hips and your thighs, or take them as close to you as you want to get more into the inner thigh or somewhere in between. I like a little bit further away. So grab onto shins, ankles, feet, whatever feels good to you. Inhale, lift up nice and tall. And then exhale, hinge forward. So relax your shoulders and your head. If you want to move your arms somewhere else, that's cool. Even if you want to sway gently side to side, just make any movements that feel good to you. And take 2 more deep breaths here in your Baddha Konasana, your bound angle pose. On your next inhale, when you're ready, inhale up to seated. Pull your knees together. So you're going to keep your knees bent. Flex your toes up towards your face, and then you're going to hang onto your toes. You're going to keep your ribs connected to your thighs, and then very slowly inch your feet forward to lengthen your legs. So if your ribs come off, then you're too far away. So you want to keep your ribs on your thighs at all times. If you need to let go of your feet, that's fine. Grab onto your ankles or your shins. You should feel stretch either in the outsides of your thighs, your hips, and maybe especially in the backs of your thighs. So just relax yourself down, relax your head down, soften your face and your jaw. Seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. And then same thing, if you want to wiggle a little bit side to side, that's fine. If you want to gently lift up as you breathe in and then fold even further as you breathe out, totally cool. Just feel the weight of your upper body releasing your lower body. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Next inhale, slowly lengthen back up to seated. Take your hands behind you, pick up your feet so they're as wide as your mat, knees bent, and then just swish your knees gently side to side. And then if you want to sneak a boat pose in here, you're welcome to. I don't feel like it, so I'm not gonna. So when you're ready, you can either rock forward and back on your spine, come all the way down, or you can plant your feet, reach your arms forward, and roll yourself down, whatever feels better. Relax your shoulders from your ears, pull your feet in towards you, plant them down, hips width apart, arms along your sides, palms face down as well. Then push into your feet. Inhale, lift your hips up to the ceiling, reach your arms up and back behind you, backs of palms to the floor. Exhale, hands come down, hips come down. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift hips, reach arms back, bridge pose. Exhale, lower yourself down. 1 more like that. Inhale, lift. If you want to stay here for a couple rounds of breath, feel free. If you want to lift one leg up, lower it down. Do the same thing for the other leg. When you're ready to lower down, exhale your hips to the floor. Pull your knees in. Either grab the outsides of your feet, your ankles, your calves, or the backs of your knees. And then pull your knees to the outsides of your ribs for happy baby. And then you can move in any way that feels good. Take a couple of rounds of breath here if you want to move or stay still. Just kind of explore. Let go of your feet. Hover your knees over your chest. Inhale, open your arms wide. Exhale, lower your legs over to the right. Soften your shoulders and then turn your head wherever it feels the best for your neck. Relax your face, maybe close your eyes. Take 3 of those deep inhales and exhales we started class with. And inhale, float your knees back over your chest. Either pull your knees in, wiggle side to side, or do happy baby pose again, whichever you prefer. You can always sway or stir your knees if that feels better for your low back. And when you feel ready for the other side, inhale, knees hover, reopen your arms. Exhale, legs over to the left. And again, head turns wherever it feels comfortable. Same thing, soften your shoulders down. Relax all the muscles in your face, maybe even close your eyes again. 3 of those deep inhales and exhales. When you're ready, inhale, let your knees come back to center. Maybe hug yourself in, wiggle side to side, recenter your spine. And then I want you to choose how you want to be in Shavasana. So Shavasana can be traditional, just laying on your back like this.
You can always bend your knees. You can take your arms overhead. Or if you even want to end class the way we started class with, just roll into your belly, stack your hands down, and forehead comes down. So as you set yourself up, I'm just going to sit because I'm not going to do Shavasana with you, unfortunately. But put yourself in a position where you're going to feel totally comfortable for the next 5 minutes. If you want to turn the video off so that you can fall asleep and take a nap or lay as long as you want, that's totally fine. Please feel free to do that. And if you want to listen to me sing a little chant for you during Shavasana, then leave it on. But wherever you are, just do a little body scan. Notice if you're holding on to any little areas of tension that you can let go of. You're completely melting yourself into the floor. You're totally supported by your mat and the floor. You're in a completely safe space. And just let your breath neutralize and wash over you like a cooling, healing salve. Namo Namaste Guru Maharaj Shambhavananda Jaya Jaya Maharaj Tahacharana Shri Guru Deva Madhuram Madhuram Gurudeva Namo Namaste Guru Maharaj Shambhavananda Jaya Jaya Maharaj Tahacharana Shri Gurudeva Madhuram Madhuram Gurudeva Namo Namaste Guru Maharaj Shambhavananda Jaya Jaya Maharaj Tahacharana Shri Gurudeva Madhuram Madhuram Gurudeva. And like I said, if you want to stay here as long as you like, feel free to do that. Don't even worry about the feed. Just let it go. Let yourself relax. And if you are ready to come out of your Shavasana, just take 3 more of those deep breaths. Using your breath as your first transition point out of your corpse pose. And after your 3rd round of breath, you can slowly start to move your fingers and your toes, then getting into your wrists and your ankles, maybe gently moving your head.
And then just slowly from whatever position you're in, you can make your way up to seated. If you want to pause on your side, feel free to do that. Or if you want to rock forward and back and come directly up to seated, that's cool too. And once you're in a comfortable seat, bring your hands to your heart, relax your shoulders as you sit up nice and tall. And either close your eyes or gaze softly to the floor. And as your thumbs touch your heart, just feel a lot of gratitude that we were able to come together this morning or this afternoon, in whichever time zone you're in. And that connecting across space and time is really awesome, being able to practice together, and that you're happy and healthy. The light in me honors the same light in all of you. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Namaste.